start, man.
Yeah,
I'll
go
go
ahead.
ahead and start, man. I don't know what you talking about.
That's right. Go ahead then.
Why should I start? Huh?
Yep. Exactly.
Uh, yeah. Porch podcast, come on. The porch, take it back. Hey, yeah, yeah, yeah. Wow. Porch podcast, come on. Porch podcast. Porch podcast, come on. Porch podcast. YP got his fucking back turned. He gonna learn today to turn around and watch me when I spit, because I'ma throw something right at that brick on the top of his neck, that big dome. Pause, leave it alone, I'm back in the zone. Y'all know it's E, it's the influential, and I'm rocking with P. Porch podcast, and you see what we do. I'm coming through sick just like I got the flu. Keep on bopping. We not stop, you know. Wow. The Porch podcast, come on, huh? The Porch podcast, huh? The Porch podcast, come on, we strive. Episode 95. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Welcome to the Porch podcast. Welcome to the Porch podcast. It's your boy DJ E, Mr. Influential, and I'm rocking with my brother, man.
The original, baby.
All right. All right.
95 live.
95 live. Hold on. Speak again for me, brother.
95 live. Welcome back.
Okay.
Welcome back.
Welcome back. Talk to him, P.
Hey, man, I'm just glad to be here, man. Episode number 95, man. We rolling right along, y'all. We rolling right along. 95. Great year. One of the things, I don't know why, this is what jumps into my mind immediately. My Air Maxes, man. Air Maxes.
Yeah, I got some. I still got some 95.
Air Maxes. The ones I had that I cherished, the white with I want to say they had a little bit of red and black. They were more white than anything else. Matter of fact, I still got a pair I wear all the time now. I'm a white, gray, and black.
Yeah. I got two pairs that I wear. I got some black and red ones, and I got the gray, yellow, and black. The gray, yellow, and black. Yeah, I was clapping up for that.
Gotcha. Another thing I think about, man, is NBA, man.
NBA Live 95. That's when basketball games became ill again for video games.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Wow, man. Wow.
And live ran it for a little while. Then 2K came, and that was it.
Yeah. You know what? What was the name of the Madden? No, it might not have been a Madden game. No, it definitely wasn't a Madden game. Was it ESPN? ESPN had one on the Sega. What console was that, bruh? It had the fat remote control. Take that any way you want.
You talking about 2K football as well, just didn't last. And I think it was on the Dreamcast. Yeah.
It was 2K. Sony made that? I gotta look that up. Who made that?
Yeah, Sony Dreamcast, I believe. And it was 2K football as well. But it just never took. Madden kept EA kept football, and 2K took over basketball. That's how that went. You know what I mean? So.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, if I'm not mistaken.
Okay. Mm-hmm. Well, I remember it being a good year for video games, good year for sneakers.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? A lot of great things, man, happened in 95, man.
Yeah.
95 was, you got to figure, that was right there in the center between when the 2000s got ready to get kicked off.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
We was midway through the 90s.
We was midway through the 90s. It was a lot of stuff that was kind of falling off.
Yeah.
And a lot of other stuff that was kicking up, man.
I think what it was hip hop was good.
Oh, man.
I think that's what it was. Hip hop was good at this particular time, because in '94, Illmatic and Ready to Die both came out. You know what I mean?
Right.
And then '95, and we was already, the Wu came out in '93, so we was starting hip hop. Hip hop had changed, because let's keep it real, right? Like I had this conversation a lot. I'm just stay in the '90s. So from like '90 to the Wu came out, from '90 to '93, right? Mm-hmm. The hip hop that other than the West Coast, other than Snoop and Dre and all them, the hip hop that we was listening to that that really caught a vibe was the Zulu Nation. Tribe Called Quest, Black Sheep.
Yeah,
You
yeah,
know what I
yeah,
mean?
yeah,
We was listening to
yeah,
people like that.
yeah, yeah,
You know,
yeah,
and then the
yeah.
Wu came in, and we like, whoa.
Hey, looking at the list right now, man. Looking
You
at
know
the
what I
list
mean?
right now. On here they have Raekwon, only built for Cuban
Yes,
links.
95.
Number,
Yeah, the
yeah,
infamous Mob
13.
Deep.
Infamous was up there on 3. Old Dirty Bastard returns to 36 Chambers is
That's what I'm
death.
saying. The
I
hip
mean,
hop
dirty. I
that,
mean, the Jersey version. Yeah,
yeah,
the Jizza, Liquid Swords.
that's what I'm saying.
You know, what I mean, the Roots. Do you want more?
Hmm.
Wow. Oh,
Right.
shout out once again to Coolio, Gangsta's Paradise.
This is what I'm
Wow.
saying. Yeah,
Yeah,
this is
and
what I'm
Biggie, of
saying.
course, Notorious B.I.G. You know what I mean, Big Papa. Man, listen.
Listen,
Great year for hip hop,
great
great
beef
year
hip
for
hop.
clothes.
Hmm.
Right there in the center between 90 and 2000, I think we were starting to really hit our stride, like you said, on the music tip.
Right. Yeah, hip hop. It's the golden age.
Yeah, I agree.
That's the golden age of hip hop. That's what hip hop was. Hip hop was a teenager in its own way at that time, but a teenager that can move around. They often say that hip hop really got established around 78. So let's do simple math, around 78, 79, right? If you really
Hmm.
think about it. Okay, so that means in 95, it was 17 years old. Now imagine you when you was 17.
Right,
Got your L's.
right.
You know what I mean? You're moving around a little bit.
A little
Might be
bit.
as a man, might be getting a little bit of that moisture on you. You know what I mean? Clap it up. It's
I
gonna take
understand.
it. It's gonna take it
I
there.
understand.
You know what I mean?
I
Laugh a little
understand.
bit. Laugh a little bit. Hey, 41
Right.
now, man. Ain't gonna hide it. You know what they gonna do? Whip
Well,
my ass cause 17 in moisture?
they, right. Like, well, first off, I'm not hiding the reality of what took place. Come on
Yeah.
now. It is what it is. It definitely happened. Yeah, I was looking at the top 10. According to, it's not me, not my list, guys. You can look it up on your own. Top 10 TV programs. They would call them still programs.
Cosby Show.
TV shows, sitcoms.
Martin was on there, wasn't he?
Okay, we're talking about that one particular year. So 95, ER, ER, was based on this on a rating 22.0, right? Right behind them, Seinfeld,
Oh yeah, Seinfeld always gonna be
right?
legendary. Always.
Behind that, Friends,
How many of us have them?
right? Caroline in the City, Monday Night Football, The Single Guy, Home Improvement,
Mm.
Boston Commons. Number 9 was 60 Minutes, and number 10 was NYPD Blue.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that was just all. That wasn't in the urban because
right.
Martin would
Right.
have been Martin and Jamie Foxx, I believe,
Now I
in the
gotta
Fresh
I
Prince
gotta
of Bel
find
Air.
that out. You make a great
Hmm.
point. I want to know
Yeah,
what they would consider urban TV shows if they even bold enough to actually put that
yeah.
list out there.
Do you remember
Sometimes,
the intro for Monday Night Football back then? Are you ready for some football?
yeah.
Some pigskin fun.
Skied out of his mind, I believe. You know
You
what I mean?
got Larry Marvin Day
Yeah,
and
yeah.
cocaine runs.
No, they didn't. Don't
Shout
they
out to
didn't do that?
Pablo and Tony Montana. Load of dust on the table when you know we had it under football. I don't know what they were saying, man.
Sound like you having a good week, man. How was everything
It-
this week, brother?
everything this
How-
week was this week. Everything was everything. Blase to the blizzy.
Oh, shout out to Cuz. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Definitely blase to the bliss. That's a good thing, man. You know, recently, like you said, a couple weeks ago, you celebrated your birthday, man. And one thing I can say about getting older, man, is you, in my opinion, the appreciation for life increases, right?
Right.
Like I understand how people turn around and just be like, you know what, man? I'm just glad to still be here. I used to think that
I
people
am
that
very
made those
happy to be
statements,
here.
right? I used to think that people who made those statements were surprised. Because
Oh yeah,
it's
yeah,
like
yeah.
I don't know why it was like the coolest thing for people to tell stories, man. Baby, I thought myself, I never make it to see 21. And everybody who said that really,
Yeah, that's
you
weird to
didn't
me.
want to leave here. You didn't want to leave here. You didn't want to leave here. You
Yeah,
shouldn't even speak things like
yeah.
that. You know what I
Everybody,
mean?
everybody talk. When I say I'm happy to be here, I just
Right,
know that every day it's a blessing. Every moment,
right,
every second. You know what I
right,
mean?
right. You know what I mean? That's what I'm saying. So, like, I'm just glad that you just celebrated another year of life. Like I said, that we in a position, man, to just be happy, man. Just be happy. I know sometimes things don't go the way that we anticipate them going, but the fact that we still got another opportunity to take a swing at it, so to speak, that's just all you can really ask for in life.
That's all you can ask
You
for.
can't ask for home runs every time you go to bat. Who does that?
Right.
You know what I mean? Who does that? You know what I mean? So I'm trying to think. 95. That a big year for the Bulls too. Let me check this out. Let me see.
That year,
1995.
1995, the Houston Rockets
Okay.
won the championship. They went back to back. That playoff 95 going into 96 season, if I'm not mistaken. Oh, no. 94. So, okay, the Bulls won 91, 92, 93, right? So, the 93-94 season, Houston won 94, 95. So, that was that playoff that started in the beginning, around 95 is when Mike came back, but they couldn't make it. They lost to Orlando.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. And
Yeah,
Orlando lost to Houston, obviously.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Right. And Nick Anderson stripped Mike from behind.
Mm-hmm.
Horace was playing for Orlando at that time.
Okay. Right.
So
Right.
that was that. So, but if you go in 95, 96, that was the start of the second. That was the start of the second three-peat.
Right.
From the Bulls.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Next wave of it. I get it.
So I definitely back then, man. I knew anybody. I told anybody who popped on the TV for sports, baseball, basketball, football. I knew they go Barney Rubble in them. Like I knew who they was, man.
Well, your mind was still a lot clearer then because let's be honest. Now it started.
I didn't have to pay bills. That's what it was. Don't say here. I don't know what you're trying to refer to.
I'm just saying. Your mind was. Come on, your mind was a lot clearer back in '95. Now, '99, the fog started to show up. Now I don't know if it's because you was leaving out of the '90s going into the 2000s. If that had a role in it, I'm not quite sure. But I know that you can remember everything that happened in '95. Like, a lot of times if I ask you stuff that happened between '99 and 2003, you don't remember it. You don't remember. I don't know why you don't.
I do so. I don't know what you talk about right there. I'm letting you talk. I don't know what kind of Marty McFly shit you on, like Back to the Future. Like, I don't know.
Okay.
Come on, Biff.
Okay. No, definitely.
Yeah, come on, Biff.
Definitely not. Definitely not Biff, man. That's all right. All right. Well, like I said, man, here we are, another episode, another week, another opportunity to be able to sit on the porch and talk about all the great things that's going on in the world. There's got enough foolishness going on in the world. You know what I'm saying? NBA season. If you had to predict right now who you think the finals going to be, since we was talking about 95 and basketball and all of that stuff and what took place then, if you had to predict it right now obviously this is what they call a super early prediction. Who you like in the finals? And if, matter of fact, let's do it this way first. Eastern Conference Finals and Western Conference. That gives you 4 teams.
Oh, shit. All right, so in the East, I think it might be like maybe Milwaukee's back. Okay. And still don't see Brooklyn there. So I'm gonna go with either I'm telling you, it's gonna either be Milwaukee, Philly.
Okay.
Or it could be like Miami and Brooklyn, something like that for the East. You know what I mean? Something like that. So out of those 4, I don't know, because the Bulls, man, it's not easy, man. The East is not easy. Who I see in the West just going to the finals? Golden State.
Yeah.
And I would love to see LA. I'd love to see LeBron back there, but I just see G State, man.
So you see them, and maybe that's 2 teams for the Western Conference Finals Championship? What do you think?
I'm not even going to necessarily say that. The Lakers got to stay healthy in jail, man. They got named. When you look at the roster,
right?
It
look really good on paper.
It always looks good on paper.
Like a lot of things that I see.
But I'm excited about Pat Bev because he's going to bring a different type of toughness to the team.
Okay. Well, here we go.
Yeah. No, but before we get before we get to where you going with.
Okay.
All right, before you get to where
All
we
right.
going with,
All right.
I would say in the West, secret, silent killer of the
Mm-hmm.
West.
Right.
Ready?
Oh, can't get any more ready.
Minnesota Timberwolves.
Definitely gonna have a hard time scoring going to the rack.
That's what I'm saying. So you
They
got
got some
Edwards,
new super twin towers.
you got Edwards, and you got the Twin Towers again, man. You got Rudy Gobert and Cat. See now, Gobert's doing all the defense.
Right.
Nobody like now just giving Cat the ball.
Mm-hmm.
Come on, man. Seriously, no, seriously, who can just stop him like that?
Hey, now
He just
I
has to
agree
stay
with
hit. Like
they're
Cat
the
is
dark
like
horse.
what Cat is like what AD. We looked at AD to be
Mm-hmm.
Embiid. You see what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And he got a better handle than both of them. Well, him and Anthony Davis handle probably the same. Don't get it wrong, because AD used to be a point guard.
Yeah,
Yeah. So
yeah. They
you
talking about
got
might play him at the 5 this year, but go ahead.
yeah, but Cat, you got Cat, AD, Embiid. Giannis is all around strong. You know those type of big men. It's a different league, man.
Mm-hmm.
You
Nah,
know
I
what I
agree.
mean? But to be honest with you, if this duo clicks on all cylinders and not be caught up in proving a point, you know, KD and Kyrie can, it's just seriously,
Yeah, yeah.
yeah,
Ben played the other day in the preseason game.
yeah. Shot an air ball the other day at the park. They was showing them two. It was super funny. It was a video of KD and Kyrie walking through, right? I got to find it, send it to you, right?
Mm-hmm.
And the caption was like, "What name a better duo, right, in the league right now?" Everybody cheering as they walking on. The other dudes warming up. You can see Ben Simmons in the background shoot an air ball, and about 9 people in the comments. We gonna just act like Ben ain't shoot that air ball in the back. Like, damn, man. Like, we talk about the duo.
You know what,
It's
man?
Ben Simmons. He don't shoot. He's not jump shot Jimmy. Like, what do you mean?
Yeah, I seen what's the name? You know he has what's the brother? JJ Redick has
Yeah,
a podcast as well, and he
I
was
didn't
on
know
there.
that. I gotta check that out. I I,
Yeah.
I think I like. Not to, go ahead and say what you said, then I'll
No,
say
no,
what
no,
I
no.
need to
Go
say.
ahead, go ahead, go ahead. That's all it
Nah,
was. Yeah.
I like
He was on-
I like when athletes have them.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
I like when athletes have them, and I like when hip hop artists have them. But the reason why I like when athletes have them, I'm gonna tell you why I like when athletes have. You'll see more. You'll see hip hop artists come to the athletes one more than you see athletes going to the hip hop artists ones.
Yeah, yeah,
See what I'm
yeah,
saying? Like,
yeah.
all right, let's look at it. Okay, Gilly and Wallow had Carmelo Anthony,
Right.
but that's mellow. Like that's a different type of athlete. You get what I'm saying?
And they had a
You
couple
know?
boxers too. They had a couple
Yeah,
boxers.
yeah. But of course, that's what I'm saying. You see that, but then Up in Smoke, you know what I mean? They had um Kiss on theirs, Jadakiss.
Oh yeah, that was a great one.
See what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
I mean, I enjoy podcast, but I like the athlete, especially like that one. What's the you got Pivot? You got Pivot now, and what was the one called before they broke up with Pivot? Ain't it called Pivot?
I don't know. I
With the
don't.
football dudes, man. Man, I can't think of. Matter of
It
fact,
sound-
shout out. One of my favorites is Drink Champs. Shaq is on Drink Champs. I got to watch that.
Yeah. See, but you know what though? They've built up that concept of being able to. They had comedians on there, obviously with D. I almost said DK. DK, you must be going to Drink Champs, bro.
Yeah, he is.
I
He
was
is.
getting
Clap
ready
it
to
up.
say your
Clap it
name.
up. Clap
You
it
know
up.
what I mean?
DK going. Yeah. I'm gonna be there with him though, cause I know he ain't gonna leave me.
Yeah. And I'm gonna be there because it's the only way that you guys are gonna get home between being drunk. And, you know, it's okay. We all got a role. We all got a part to play. So, no, but you're absolutely right. I think that when you look at the shows that actually allow, those I don't know, the entertainment elements of worlds just kind of, blending and merging together. Yeah, yeah, absolutely. I mean, I've seen But let me say this. I think that everybody can't pull it off. Because what it's called, what it would have them do is they would have to invite certain people into that genre that really just doesn't align with each other. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like when Gilly and Wallow did the thing where they went and $1 million worth of game had Deion Sanders on it. You know, that's prime time.
Yeah.
Big personality. It doesn't matter what show or whatever, what show that Deion's on, he's gonna be who he's gonna be.
Right.
Um in the same in the same token, I think it's the reason why you don't see new artists on Drink Champs.
Right. You
Not
don't see it.
because
Yeah.
not because I don't think they could, you know what I mean? I just don't think that some things it's
Well,
cool. Let
well,
that be over there and I'll do it this way.
I'm gonna say this. I'm not. I could tell you why they're not there from the episodes I watch. However, just to touch on what you said first, you'll see. You see the athletes and the hip hop artists connect together because back in a year like '95, athletes and
Hmm.
hip hop artists connected heavy.
No doubt.
You was that's just what it was about. You know what I mean?
Hmm.
But
Absolutely.
but as far as Drink Champs, what it was Drink Champs said that this was a show that wanted to give people their roses while they're still here. You see what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
Yeah.
So you kind of gotta have some type of legendary stain in the game to even be considered a guest. That's why you
Right.
don't see new artists.
Right.
That's why you haven't seen like a little baby on there or the baby like that. You know what I mean? I don't know if they ever been on it. They might have been. I could be wrong. But
I don't think so.
but
I
at
don't think so.
yeah, but the majority of the people, they got some stain and been there for a while. Like I'm not gonna call him. I'm for the most unexpected guest that I was on there was my man that was on there like like a month or two ago from the Hot Boys. Turk, little
Yeah.
Turk, you know, cause Turk been in the game since he was in the Hot Boys, but you're not looking. Oh damn, he got little Turk. Like you're not thinking about because we don't see how much what Turk is doing right now as much. You know what I mean? I'm not saying that he's not doing anything, you know,
Hmm.
but I mean he's
Yeah.
not. We don't see him with a hit single out here and all over there.
Yeah.
Not take
But
nothing
it
from
makes
him.
sense for that to be the case like that. Nah, you're
Yeah,
right. It
yeah,
certainly, and I mean, I seen a group on it. You don't get excited. The Beat Nuts. I know that you heard
yeah,
that. Just
yeah.
relax. But it was a
That's
group. You know what I'm saying?
yeah, that's my group.
And yeah,
You better watch your step.
yeah, yeah. I'ma stop, man. I'ma stop. You know what I mean? I'm glad we were able to get past that before that got too weird. You know what I mean? But
Well,
no, I
I
think that
listen.
they're
It's only weird if you make it. If you make it weird, man, that's all I'm saying.
absolutely,
That's
absolutely.
if you
Guy who
don't make
said
it
that is
weird, then
pretty
it's not
smart,
weird.
man. It's
Huh?
yeah, you're absolutely right. The guy who said that's pretty smart dude.
Yeah, you said that.
It's only weird if you make it weird. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, nah. I think about, you know, a lot that took place. Like you said, '95 was just one of those great years. But when you think about, like you said, just the blending of the worlds and the blending of the times, like there are things that evolved to this day because of that time. There
Right.
are things that are now like, like I do sit there and I think about it from the perspective like, okay, social media, and we talk about this a lot on this show because it's just what it is. But could I imagine, if Instagram was heavy and all that kind of stuff? Not nothing against none of these things, but with Facebook or any of them, when Mike, I'm talking about Jordan, you know what I mean? Like when that NBA was in '95, or when it just, just period in '95. Like there's a reason why certain things weren't developed at that point.
Oh, absolutely.
You got a lot of stuff that goes on, man, and those guys were. I mean, whether you want to say lucky, you know, it was they were very fortunate because things that we be like, oh my gosh, he did that. They've been doing it.
Mm-hmm.
They've been doing it, and you know that because the old heads will turn around and say, oh, that's not new.
Yeah,
That's
just
not
like when
new.
Mike was talking about how back in the '80s, a lot of them Chicago Bulls was on powder.
Not only that, Michael
Yeah,
Irvin said the same thing about the Cowboys. Like
that's
he
what I'm
said, them
saying.
and the Steelers. I know y'all gonna be mad if you're a Cowboys fan. I'm not saying nothing negative
Yeah,
about it. Don't get in touch with me. Number 88, Michael Irvin. Yeah,
yeah.
it was
Mm-hmm.
something I had seen, and It's out there for just a conversation that he was having with somebody else, and it is what it is. Look,
You know what happened a few weeks ago that usually don't happen a lot of football?
what?
They retired a jersey. Um, Damn. My man that played for Carolina just went to the Hall of Fame.
Mm-hmm.
Black dude, think he was a linebacker.
Yeah.
He was a beast. He was a beast, bruh. I got to find out. Hold on, I got to find out his name so I can say, because here reason why I say that is this: like
I'll check it out.
when
Carolina.
when you believe uh when you believe that Michael Irvin should have got his jersey retired.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
Oh yeah.
but CeeDee Lamb wears that number.
What's the name? Ward? They got the
Yeah, they got the
88 club.
88 club. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, yeah,
Uh,
exactly. You know what I mean?
I'm
I'll
about
tell
to
you
tell you.
exactly what it is, bro.
I'm about to tell you right now. I know exactly who he is because I done looked him up.
There we go.
What's
There
his
he is.
um
Right there. He's not Thomas Davis.
nah.
They're showing it right here. Thomas Davis definitely is going to be one of them. No, Luke Kuechly is going to be another one. Of course, Steve Smith. But before all of that, nah, they talking about Cam Newton. Nah, nothing against that. Nothing against that. Please don't take offense to that. You know what I mean? But
Yeah.
I seen the picture of the guy that you're talking about. I just don't know why his name's not up here. But anyway, yeah, you're saying it's something that you don't commonly see.
Right.
You know, um, yeah, I do think that there are certain ones that should be retired. I do think that there's certain guys who earn that, and that nobody else should wear that number because, like, is Jerry Rice number retired?
I think so. I do think so.
It
You
should
know.
be. I was about to say
Yeah.
it definitely just definitely should be. Is where's this guy's name at? I'm trying to give it. Okay, Sam Mills.
Sam Mills. Yep.
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
Yep.
yeah, yeah,
Sam
yeah,
Mills.
yeah,
That's who
yeah,
he
yeah,
is.
yeah, 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 yeah. Oh
Yeah.
yeah, beast, super beast.
Sam
Yeah,
Mills.
super
Yep.
beast. Yeah, but
Yeah, this
yeah, man, it's a
some bullshit right here. They got Sam Mills in here, but this ain't a picture of Sam Mills. Damn. that ain't that ain't Sam Mills, man.
yeah,
There you go. That's Sam Mills. You know what I mean?
yeah.
Man, who this dude they had a picture of? Nah, man, you got to look at. They had a picture of John Casey up. Bitch, talk about Sam Mills, man. Just like for the young guns, Chris and Neef. They had a picture of young Chris up. They had him listed as Peter Guns, man. He shared that shit. He shared that shit on his Instagram. Like, yeah, man, I got all these. I got child. He said child support killing me, bitch. That shit was funny as hell, man. Yeah, you know Peter Guns hosts Cheaters now.
Ah,
Yeah, he been doing that for a while, man. Somebody ran up on him, right? He ran up on somebody. Was like, yeah. You cheated. Why you cheat? He was like, you cheated. He was like, you did too, bitch. That shit was funny as hell, man. Like, yeah, I was done, man. But I was cracking. But yeah, he's the host of Cheaters.
I didn't know that, bro.
Mm-hmm.
I did not know that. Wow. I'm over here just looking at the different events that took place, man, in 1995, bro.
Yeah, run
A
a couple off
lot
for
of,
me. Memorable events of '95. Let me know. Let me go
yeah, a
ahead and
lot
run one
of,
of them.
I want to know. Oh, I'm about to bring this up too, man. While I'm doing that, man. I hate to keep talking, but gas prices to me, it's like they're going back up.
What you say?
At least where gas prices are they starting to go back up in your area?
Not mine. So it's alright still.
Oh yeah, okay, all right, okay. Wow.
Three
Well,
thirty nine
okay.
for
What
regular or
happened?
some shit like that.
Okay. It must have happened. United States, Oklahoma City bombing.
But I can
Not
tell
gonna
you
bring it
this
up.
before we get to those events. I can tell you about a
Yeah.
company that can help you with
Oh,
your
do
event.
that.
You know
Oh,
what I
do
mean?
that, brother. Do
They
that.
can
Do
help you
that.
with
Do
your
that.
event. You know what? I ain't gonna say nothing else. Let me just show you.
Look, check it out. Oh, let them know. Let's get that stress off the plate. All right. Got that big event coming up, and you don't want to have to do all the work. I got a company for you. Full service event company that's going to take care of all of your event planning needs. That's www.fncevents.com. A full service event planning company. Take all the stress off your head, Kick back and enjoy the party. Once again, that's www.fncevents.com. Head on over there, get that party booked, and get it done. Back to the show.
F&C events.
Absolutely, man.
I can definitely tell you what's the most memorable thing for you in '95. Don't keep messing with it. I just want you off head.
Most memorable. I just told you, man. I know it sounds weird, but like I said, sneakers, NBA Live.
Now say what
You know.
what event or what's something that took place in '95 that stood out the most to you?
To me,
Yeah,
that's the year me and my wife first got together.
I like that. Okay, but I'm gonna tell you this. I'm talking about nigga. That's OJ, White Bronco.
Oh,
That's OJ, White Bronco, man.
wow. Okay. 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 Deal. I gotta tell you something, man. One of the top movies. Let me see how good your recollection is. One of the top movies in 1995, bro. Top movies. Give me one.
1995. Top movies. Nah, that wasn't '95.
Yeah. PBD. That's PBD. PBD.
PBD.
Yeah. Pre-blow days. Go ahead. You
Yeah.
all right?
Oh my God. Here you go with that. I don't know, man. What you talking about, bro? Go ahead.
Toy Story, man. Toy Story.
I wasn't gonna
Toy
remember
Story.
that shit, man.
All right. Toy Story, man. 191,796,233 in the box office. Yeah, I want to say it was a good year. I want to say it was a good. Batman Forever, Apollo 13,
Apollo 13. Okay.
Ace Ventura, When Nature Calls.
Ace Ventura, When Nature Calls.
When Nature Calls, absolutely, absolutely. A lot of big things happened in that year, man. A lot of big things happened in 1995. You know what I mean? Movie thing to me, man, has been forever changed, man.
Right.
Situation with the pandemic
Yeah.
thing, man. It
Yeah, man.
changed. It changed my appreciation
It
for
changed.
the movie,
It changed
my
Hollywood.
excitement. It changed Hollywood.
It changed Hollywood. No, it did. It changed Hollywood because it changed. It changed Hollywood. It changed. COVID changed the world. Like podcasts got big when COVID happened, bro.
Absolutely,
Yeah.
absolutely.
It
Yeah,
got
no,
big.
no, no. It became an opportunity, man, for people to be able to, you know, put on display their talents and their abilities. One of the things that I know that in my opinion, just for me, won't be the same anymore. Like I said, is like I said, like my appreciation going to the movies, all that kind of stuff. It's crazy now. I get a little skeeved out now. I get a
Yeah.
little skeeved out. Yeah, get a little skeeved out. I get a little skeeved out. You know what I mean? Going there, and I used to work at the movies, General Cinema back in the day, you know, and for me, I get skeeved out in the sense that, we live in a time period now where everything is getting Lysol down, super strong, and wipes and all of those type of things. Like, it's so funny when you sit back and think about it, bro. Now, when you go on a vacation or you go somewhere, there's a business trip, personal trip, or whatever the case may be like that, you'll go to a place now and you'll wipe down everything, whether it's the remote control, the bedside, table, you wiping down light switches, everything that's going on with that. Well, before we ain't do none of that. We ain't do none
Well,
of that.
I always did. Always got the little thing
Okay, well
tied
that's
and it was spraying. I sprayed the bed and I sprayed the toilet seat. I always did that.
now. I can remember when we was younger though. Like I said, some years we used to go to homecomings and all. Yeah, I don't remember seeing none of that Lysol and all that stuff come out, bro.
Nah, no, it didn't. I'm just saying. I'm saying before COVID, when I started to travel a lot more often, bro. I had the little tide to go, the little tide like the no, not the tide, the little spray to go, Lysol to go. Me and DK used to do it all the time because we started traveling a lot more, and it wasn't about COVID, but it was we never experienced it, but it was bed bugs and stuff in different places. You know what I mean? I
Right.
think I was spraying like I said the toilet seat, and I was spraying the bed. I was doing that often, man. You know what I mean? Before 2020, that's what I'm saying to you. I'm not saying back at Dell State we was doing all that. I didn't say I was doing the shit my whole life. I'm just saying before COVID, I started.
Yeah, nah, I get it. You know what I mean? Nah, I definitely get it. You know what I mean? It's hey man. Like I said, a lot of things have been changed. A lot of things won't go back to the way it used to be. And honestly speaking, it's okay.
Mm-hmm.
It's okay. Thank God for me and you being able to be around in 95 and really being able, not just be around, but literally being able to, grow up and move around and see the world in that time. I think about the people that talk about, like, man, I'm telling you, man, the 70s, man, the late 60s and the early 70s, man, they was the bomb, this, that, and the third. Like, you have more of an appreciation the longer that you live
Right.
and get further into life.
Oh yeah, you're
You
gonna
will
appreciate
have that
those times.
opportunity to say, I remember the other times. Yeah, and you
Well,
appreciate it.
because it's a good time. Like for example, I'm not saying this was a good time, but what actually happened in '95 and October the 3rd is when OJ was found not guilty. I think the situation actually happened in '94. However, one thing that happened, during Libra season, October the 16th, um, it was the Million Man March in
Mm-hmm.
DC,
Mm-hmm.
1995.
Nice.
You know what I mean?
Nice.
Million Man
Wow.
March. Yeah.
Wow. There
You
go a
know.
bit of history for you right there.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
95. Wow.
Mm-hmm.
And see, the thing about it is we can remember it very clearly.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, bro, I can still remember seeing the television when they were showing like aerial views of all the brothers that was out there, all the brothers,
Mm-hmm.
that came out to support the cause.
Right.
Now,
I'm
of
looking at a
course,
picture of it right now.
yeah, of course they're gonna slide in. For every great thing that happens, it's always something
Yeah.
that comes up to try to mud that situation. It's just what it is. And I'm just glad that we were around to be able to not only, experience it, but to get to see how it affected the world and other people.
Now
You know what I mean?
here's a fun fact about the you know um Toy Story.
Okay.
Um, Toy Story on November 19th was the first full length film to be created entirely using computer animation, and it premiered in New York on November the 19th.
See what I'm saying? It was starting
That's
to happen.
yeah, that's big.
It's
You
real
know.
big. It was starting to happen. You know what I mean?
Yep.
I mean, a lot of stuff took place during that time period, man. And it has me just really, really, like I said, man, really, really glad that I was able to see those things.
Yeah.
Then the world opened up for me after that year and the next year. You know what I mean? I was able to get on out of there, out of high school, and you know, and a lot of things opened up to me. Like I said, that was the year that me and my wife first got together, boyfriend, girlfriend. Whether you want to call it puppy love or young love.
Now this is a story that we definitely probably wasn't paying attention to, and I don't know what the outcome was. But in December 14th in '95 in California, the first ever transplant of baboon bone marrow is given to Jeff Getty as an experimental treatment for AIDS.
Mm. Now, I vaguely remember that.
I believe you, because you know, so you see certain things, it will grab you. Like it just grabbed my attention now. Like had I
That's what I'm
seen
saying.
that
All
back
these
then,
years later.
yeah, but yeah,
Yeah, I mean, 27 years later, you still try
I
because
gotta
when you tell
holler at
somebody
Jimmy.
something like that,
Jimmy just walked in. Jimbo,
yeah,
what's up,
what's
baby?
good, baby? I was getting
Mm,
ready to say it, Jimbo
mm.
in the mood. It's, bruh, but it's so many things, right, that you got to think about it. Like, I'm gonna bring it up. I'm gonna bring it up. I know it may be a sensitive subject. I mean, it shouldn't be at this point, but I can't tell people how to feel about it. Now, I'm gonna ask you something. Is it me? Is it me? Or now that marijuana has become legal for people to use in certain places, it seems like you smell it in
Everywhere.
everywhere you go.
Yeah, it's not you.
Okay, okay. Now, to be totally clear, I'm not passing judgment on anybody because you got people that need it for, you know, medical reasons.
Damn, I don't,
You got
I
what they
don't never
call
remember this. I'm listening to you though.
yeah, nah, you got things where they may need it, for what's the other thing that they call it, bro? The other kind of use. Not medical, but what is it like
Medicinal,
fundamental, not
medicinal, medicinal,
yeah.
medicinal,
Yeah. Ooh, I'm glad you tried to say I ain't
medicinal,
even gonna try that.
You know, I
Yeah,
had a little bit.
yeah, yeah. Kind of for fun. You know what I mean? Whatever.
It's called
Recreational.
adult recreational use. I was about to say
Recreational.
that's all.
Okay, recreational. So when I first heard the term recreational, I started thinking about gym, man. I started thinking about recess.
Cause
you know,
and let's be honest, at our school, they probably you went outside doing gym. It might have been somebody out there with it.
maybe. But when
Yeah,
you use the word recreational along with it, I equate the word recreational to playing.
I know you do. I know you
So
do.
you saying that this is, weed to play or marijuana that we're gonna play with. Like
It
I
ain't
don't
nothing to
I don't
play with.
understand.
It ain't nothing to play
So
with. I can tell you
I'm
that,
not
bro.
mad at any of that. I'm just saying that it's just the irony of certain situations. The minute that it becomes more legal, I mean, it was like everybody was like, okay, soon as they sign the paper, let's get the lighter out, And I think the world has changed, man. I think the world and you
But
know,
I actually think it's a better situation.
why
And,
is
I,
that?
and okay, um, it kept a lot of brothers out of jail. When I mean brothers, I mean all people. I'm not just saying like, but
Yeah,
you know,
everybody has a brother. If you have a
yeah,
brother, like
right.
it's a
But
brother. Yeah,
it kept a lot of people out of jail. It was able for people who was trying to get their life together, who had what you call weed charges and stuff like that. They can get that expunged off their record now, and not
right,
be held for that now.
right.
Um, I was for it when Bernie Sanders was running for president. He had the plan for it. Bernie
Yeah,
Sanders said if we did the right thing with weed, we wouldn't need to be fighting over oil.
one politician I wouldn't mind hanging out with one day.
Yeah, yeah.
Wouldn't have a
We
problem.
wouldn't have to fight. We wouldn't have to fight over oil. So, the growth of it, and it's listen. The dispensary that's around the corner from my head, not from my head, from my house.
Whoa!
My head, man. This head. Come on, man. It's still around the corner
I,
from this
that,
area. There.
even that one, which
Yeah,
is the one I was saying, whoa for around your head.
around the corner from my head, man. From my mind. Charge it to my head, not my heart.
Oh, wasn't that
Okay.
cute?
All
That was
right.
cute.
Yeah,
That was
yes.
cute.
It's
All right.
official.
Yeah,
Um,
that was cute. All right.
um, it stays packed. And you see suits out there. You see people in suits out there. Trained by it, you know.
Told you that story, man. I told you that story. Link told me. Dude came out. He was getting ready to go inside to go and do whatever he was getting ready to do. His mom was in the cut in the car. His name would have to be Billy because that's the name we like to use to protect the innocent.
I'm over here, Dad.
He got ready to go inside. She said, Billy, I just want you to know I see you. Billy got out of line, jumped in the car, and spun off like his mom didn't already see him.
Mm-hmm.
Now, all I'm going to say is that as legal as it may be, there are certain moral things
Right.
that will never change.
Right.
There's just certain things that you just not going to do in front of your parents. There's certain
Keep talking
things
to
you
him.
just not going to do, in front of people that you highly respect, no matter how legal the situation may be. It's just a reality. Like I said, once again, not passing any judgment. Because people use it for whatever reason they want to use it. And we all got our different things that we do, whether it's become comfortable or whatever the case may be, whatever it is. All I'm going to say is at the end of the day, whatever you're doing out there, just be careful and understand, man. Just because it's legal now, don't mean that you need to be reckless.
Well, that's the thing. That's the thing that it was spoke upon. It was spoke about that. They're treating it like alcohol, which means, you know, you if you drive with a DWI, that's driving while intoxicated. You drive DUI is driving under the influence. You can still be
Right.
charged that way. You can still be doing all that type of stuff.
Right.
But I'm just saying that for something in some people's eyes is frowned upon, and something that in some people's eyes is not frowned upon. Come on, like the way we came up, we seen it both ways, bro. Right?
Mm-hmm.
If it's so opinionated, why was people getting locked up for it?
That's a good point.
Because I've always felt like, me personally, I've always felt like alcohol was worse. You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
I always felt like alcohol was worse because it often made people feel sick.
Yeah,
You know,
yeah.
I'm not saying weed is good for you,
You're
and
not
yeah, I'm not.
condoning one or the
Yeah,
other. You're not
yeah,
promoting one or the other. I got
yeah.
you. I
If
got
you
you. We
do
the
either
same
one of
way.
them, that's you. If you don't, you don't. You know, I'm
Right.
just saying. But in my opinion, I just always felt like that. But got any this or that's for me? Or we doing would you rather's?
We're gonna stick with the would you rather thing. Stick with that. Oh man.
This is episode 95, and we're doing Would You Rather. Would you rather me talk this way for the rest of the show? Would you rather me answer a real question or no? Or would you rather me, you know what, let's just get to it. Let's go. I can rap a little bit anytime I want to.
Your introduction to would you rather, you seem a lot more comfortable there than introducing the show, than being introduction to the show. I think half of it is you just being nervous.
Nah, I'm never nervous. Nah,
Would
nah.
you rather be an unimportant character in the last movie you saw or an unimportant character in the last book you read?
I always want to be the unimportant kid because if I'm unimportant, put me in the book. Books always go further than movies.
Okay. Would you rather move to a new city or town every week or never be able to leave the city or town you were born in?
You talking about move to live?
Yeah.
I have the option or I have to.
Would you rather move? Would you rather move to a new city or town every week or never be able to leave the city?
I'm not moving every week.
Yeah. Yeah, that's kind of rough.
Yes, I hate moving, man.
Kind of rough. Yeah, me and you both. You know what I mean? Would you rather be completely insane and know that you are insane or completely insane and believe you are sane?
Or if I'm crazy, I need to know. So I ain't surprising myself. You know what I mean? Shit. I ain't trying to surprise myself.
Okay. Would you rather travel the world for a year on a shoestring budget or stay in only one country for a year but live in luxury?
Travel where for a shoestring budget? Now where?
I said, would you rather travel the world for a year on a shoestring budget or stay only in one country for a year but live in luxury?
I do the shoestring budget.
Okay. Okay, cool. Would you rather suddenly be elected as a senator or suddenly become a CEO of a major company?
CEO. I don't need politics. Even though it's gonna be a politics, still being a CEO, but I don't want to be named as the leader of the free world, which is some shit like that.
Okay. Would you rather live in a virtual reality world? You are all powerful or live in the real world and be able to go anywhere but not be able to interact with anyone or anything.
Oh no, I gotta be able to have interaction, so I go to the virtual, I guess.
So, and their example was a god in the machine or a ghost in the real world. Okay. Would you rather have whatever you are thinking to appear above your head for everyone to see or have absolutely everything you do live streamed for anyone to see?
The thinking part,
Okay.
because it'll help me control my thoughts.
Yeah, because it says on here, it's funny, the example they break down underneath privacy for your thoughts or privacy for you. Which do you value more?
Yeah, I
Okay.
value more privacy for me.
Okay. Fair enough. Okay. Would you rather be only able to watch the few movies with a Rotten Tomatoes score of 95 to 100 or be able to watch the majority of movies with a Rotten Tomatoes score of 94% or lower?
94% or lower. It's a lot of
Hmm.
shit that they rank low that I loved, like Harlem Nights. Cause that 95 to 100 be like, thou shalt smack it a mile. Like it be some dumb shit, some I mean, late night smickety. Yeah, I remember that.
Oh, yeah, we know how you feel about that. We know
Smickety.
that. Would you rather wake up as a new random person every year and have full control of them for the whole year, or once a week spend a day inside a stranger without having any control of them?
Nah, nah. Go inside a stranger and they like it a different way. You all types of messed up. They sniff powder, they take shots, they do speed, and you can't control it. They soft, they get choked out. Punch them in their face every day. They get robbed. Like, man,
Hold up.
nah. No.
Would you
No.
rather live? Would you rather live until you are 200 but look like you 200 the whole time in your life, even though you are healthy, or look like you 25 all the way until you die at age 65?
I'm Morgan Freeman, 200, man. You know what I mean? Yeah, I'm Morgan
Somebody
Freeman.
said something on the radio the other day. They can't find a baby picture of Morgan Freeman nowhere.
I mean, because they didn't have him. How old you think Samuel L. Jackson is?
I don't know, man. I don't know.
Samuel L. Jackson, like 73 years
played
old,
God,
B.
man. Morgan Freeman, I believe it. Morgan Freeman played God, man.
Yeah, he did.
God, the president, you know what I mean? He done been some everything, man. Would you rather slow down time by 10% or jump 3 times as high as you can right now?
Do what?
Would you rather be able to slow down time by 10% or jump 3 times as high as you can right now?
Slow down time, I guess. I don't know. Because time's the only
I
thing
want
we
to
can't
jump.
get back.
Right, we never dunked in our lives, man.
Who? Who ain't never
We
done?
never. Don't do that, man. You
Who?
know what? Okay, my bad. Go ahead, do what you're gonna do.
We ain't used to lower the court in the backyard to dunk. You
I'm
talking
cool,
about a
man.
10-foot joint?
I'm cool. Yeah, you said what you
Oh,
said, man.
you talking
Slowing it
about
down by
regulation? No, I ain't
10%.
never dunked a regulation. But I don't need it. All you gotta do is throw a little the trigger tambourine. Not a tam. That's not a tambourine. That's a trampoline. That's what I need. A trampoline. That's all I need. The trampoline dream.
Okay, would you rather take an all expenses paid dream vacation every year for a month, or have the job of your dreams?
Oh, that vacation every year for a month.
Okay. All right. I'm trying to think of one more.
Because
good
I don't
one
want
to
a
give
job.
you. Oh, I like this one. Here we go. I'm glad it's me asking you the question. Well, I think I still would answer the same. Would you rather have a successful podcast or a successful YouTube channel?
Podcast.
Okay.
Because I think if you got a successful podcast, it would create your YouTube channel to be successful.
That's true. That's true. Okay. Okay. All right. Well, hey, man, you can take us back out of that one, man. Get us out of there. Hey, man, I'm glad y'all tuned in to another episode of This or That. Make sure you keep tuning in each and every week. We love this show.
You see me, man. I just wanted to see if you go to follow up. You see my face?
Yeah, bro. I see your face. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, man. Once again, 95, great year. 90s period, great, decade. But what I'm gonna say more than anything else is that if life hasn't shown us anything, it's that change is inevitable and it is necessary. I am glad overall, even though there's some things that I still have to adapt to in life. I am glad I was able to experience that time, and I think that it prepared me to be a lot more receptive to the adjustments of things that are now.
Oh, of course. Life is what we make it, and we learn from our experiences. I just want to know: did you know about on December 20th, American Airlines Flight 965 goes off course while traveling from Florida to Cali, Colombia. Not, you know what I mean? Not California, Cali, Colombia. Uh, the Boeing 757 crashes into a mountain near Bugger, killing 160 of the 164 people on board.
I don't recall
I don't
that.
remember that.
That's horrible. Yeah, I don't recall that. Wow.
Mm-hmm.
That's the thing about history, man. You know, although you survive it and you live through it, there are certain things, man, that even to this day can still impact you. Like, wow, you know, really just blow your mind. And you know, once again, I thank God for being in the position to have experienced those times. I
Mm-hmm.
think that it was part of a time that I don't know if it's coming back. It was still, truthfully, when we were sitting on the porch. It's a time where you know, we're a lot different. I think because we didn't have some of the things that are obviously in existence now, not just kind of just, you know, consistently pointing the finger at social media, but because a lot of those things weren't in existence. I think that we communicated differently. I think that we had a different appreciation of life. I think that we, knew how to, you know, just, embrace each other, what I mean? Not just physically embrace each other, but like, embrace or accept people for how they were and who they are. And I just think that, if you were blessed and fortunate enough to be able to remember those times,
Mm-hmm.
you know, I think that you were lucky. I think that you were lucky. I think that we were lucky. So, you know, all I can say is count your lucky stars or whatever they want to say, man. And remember, cherish those moments, and it's things like this show that gives us an opportunity to be able to show what those times did. We are of that generation and of that era
Right.
where we sat on the porch and really did this, and we did this, regularly. Um,
Especially in '95.
right. We were, in a situation where when we wanted to say something, nowadays you can tag a person. I'm gonna tag them in the picture. I'm gonna do this, that. We had Polaroid cameras where, you wrote on the back of it, who was in the picture or at the bottom of it, who was in the picture, what year it was. You know, we came in that situation. We came up in that situation. So, but the world has to evolve, and whether we're ready for it or not, or whether we, agree with everything that changes, we remember those years like '95 and other ones, and we continue to move forward.
Mm-hmm.
So, you know, as I say all the time, brother, it's been a pleasure
Always a pleasure.
doing this show, and doing all the other things that I do on my social media outline, you know output sources or channels or whatever you want to call them.
Right, get the
You
words
know,
right now. Get it right.
they're right. They're right. You know what I
Uh,
mean? I appreciate that highway, and you know
the
I
highway
appreciate, yeah, the highway not being high
and in the
on the
way.
way,
Oh, okay.
right, on the highway or the freeway if you want to call it that. But if it
Yeah.
costs money, you
Nah,
know.
nothing's free. Nothing's free.
Let me tell you something. I met a guy one time that told me, he said, only in America do you drive on parkways, park
Mhm.
on freeways, and pay to get on the expressway. I mean, no. You drive on
Get it
parkways,
right now.
okay? You park on driveways,
Yeah. And
and
pay
you
to get on
pay
the
to get on the
freeway.
freeway.
Yeah.
So,
Only in America.
there's a lot of different things that take place, man. And I'm just glad because I don't believe that any part of me would not be if it were not for years like '95 and all that time period. Hey,
Mm-hmm.
man, it has been an absolute pleasure as always, brother, to be able to do another episode.
Yes, sir.
I'm just so glad, man, that we were able to do this for 95 straight weeks. Please clap it up for that, man. Clap it up for that. We shot this show and we kept moving forward, even when in the midst of the world being, matter of fact, we started the process during that time period. And for us to continue to keep on going forward, I give us kudos. Listen, as we say each and every week, man, however you've been, keeping up with the episodes, whether it's been through your favorite podcast or streaming service or, on YouTube, please keep on doing it.
Right.
Whether it's been help me out, E.
Spotify,
There you
Apple
go.
Podcasts, Google
Right,
Podcasts,
right.
iHeartRadio,
Absolutely.
Stitcher, Amazon Moogle.
Right. Amazon Music. I'm with you.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah, Moogle. It's on Moogle. You know what I'm
yeah,
saying?
yeah. Because we
The new one
moguls.
that's coming
Yeah.
out. Ooh,
Mm-hmm.
nice.
Yeah.
I mean, and if you want to see our handsome faces, where can they see it, eh?
YouTube on the Porch Podcast channel at DAPORCH Podcast.
And that's
Like
every
we said,
Thursday at
this
7
episode
p.m.
95, man. We love y'all, man.
Appreciate you guys, man. Hey, be good. We'll talk to y'all next week. Peace, man.
Peace.